So when you're multiplying polynomials, you want to make sure that you're not only multiplying the number, but you're also distributing the v. So as an example, when we're talking about multiplication here, we're going to do 6v times 2v, and you're going to do 6v times 3. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. So this expression is saying 6v times 2v plus 3. So we would do 6v times 2v plus, and we know that's a plus because of this sign right here, 6v times 3. Okay. So again, this is number 1 on the other multiplying polynomial sheets. So all we have to do now is we're going to distribute. So you can see here this is going to be 6 times 2 and v times v. So this is going to be 6 times 2 and v times v. This is going to equal 12v squared. So if you multiply two of the same variables, again, it's going to be v to the second power. You're just going to keep, whenever you multiply two variables, again, you're going to add the exponents. So here the exponents would be 1, so they become v to the second power. This would be 6v times 3, which is just 18v, and that would be your answer. That's it. Okay. So again, the only difference here is that 6v times 2v is equal to 12, and then you have v times v, which is equal to v squared. This one is only 1v, so it's 6v times 3. It just equals 18v. Okay, the second multiplication problem here. Just like before, you want to make sure you FOIL. FOIL, again, is a descriptive way of talking about distribution. So what we're going to do is we're going to do first, outside, inside, last. So we're going to do the first term, so 6p times 5p. And I'll go ahead and write it over here, actually, just to talk about which one's first. So 6p times 5p. You don't have to do that unless you want to write it for your notes. Then we're going to do outside, which is 6p times negative 8. So plus 6p times negative 8. And then we're going to do inside, which is 8 times 5p, which is 8 times 5p. That's 8 times 5p. And then we have last, which are the last two terms, which is 8 times negative 8. So again, the FOIL on this side is just describing what each of those terms are and what we're doing to them. So the next thing we would do is we would just go ahead and multiply. So 6p times 5p, well, 6 times 5 is 30. P times p is equal to p squared. So this would be 30p squared. 6 times negative 8 is negative 48. It would be negative 48p. 8 times 5 is 40, so it would be 40p. And then 8 times negative 8 is equal to negative 64. So it looks like we're almost done. The last thing we have to do is see if there's any terms that we can combine that are like terms. You can see here that, okay, they both are p, but this one is p squared while this one is only p, so you cannot combine those. If you look, these both have a variable of p, and we can combine them. So then this would equal 30p squared. The negative number is bigger, so this would be negative 8p minus 64. And that would be our answer. And that's it.